Hello, after a travel hiatus, I am back for these energy stories for the second week of October 2023. Well, per a filing with state regulators, Hawaiian Electric Company has only $165 million in its annual general liability insurance. This in the face of $4.9 billion of estimated potential claims, according to research firm Capstone, resulting from that fire that destroyed the town of Lahaina. Hawaiian Electric's CEO claimed at a U.S. congressional hearing that the wildfire wasn't its fault, saying its downline started an earlier fire, but that firefighters claimed they had extinguished that blaze. Things keep getting more bleak for East Coast offshore wind projects. Now developer AvanGrid intends to cancel its 804-megawatt Park City wind project, filing settlements with Connecticut utilities Eversource and United Illuminating. AvanGrid will pay $16 million to exit the agreements and blames financial challenges resulting from supply chain disruptions, rising interest rates, and other factors. Meanwhile, Massachusetts regulators approved termination of PPAs related to the 1,200-megawatt South Coast wind project that would have been developed by Shell New Energies and Ocean Winds North America. Earlier this year, AvanGrid also filed termination agreements for its proposed 1,223-megawatt Commonwealth wind farm off of Massachusetts. Meanwhile, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island announced plans to jointly solicit future bids for offshore wind projects in an effort to curb costs, increase efficiencies, and foster improved coordination on port and supply chain investments. Officials indicated that they expect to attract more competitive bids from developers with the same price to be offered to each state. Increased interstate collaboration may also help developers use facilities in other states to help drive down costs. Offshore wind is a big part of the three states' climate strategies, with 8,600 megawatts being targeted for development. Hyundai Motors and Kia Corporation have opted to adopt Tesla's EV North American charging standard in the United States, joining Ford, GM, Nissan, and others, and helping NACS potentially become the de facto industry standard over the competing CCS standard. Also in the EV charging realm, inverter company SolarEdge Technologies rolled out a new bidirectional DC EV charger allowing for solar-powered vehicle-to-home and vehicle-to-grid functionality. The charger will enable EVs to be charged directly from photovoltaic systems without any AC to DC power conversions at rates up to 24 kilowatts by simultaneously drawing electricity from the solar panels, batteries, and the grid. It's expected to be commercially available in the second half of next year. Well, a new Boston skyscraper is now the largest passive house office space in the world. The 812,000 square foot Winthrop Center office space passed multiple tests to ensure walls and windows insulate the building efficiently. It uses 65% less energy for space conditioning compared to similar buildings. The greatest challenge was adapting a concept initially created for smaller homes to large-scale office buildings, such as engineering windows sufficiently large enough for views while being thick enough to effectively insulate the building. Upfront cost premiums are estimated to be 10% to 15% over that of a standard comparable structure. Well, Heineken España and Engie España just commissioned a 30-megawatt concentrated solar power plant in Seville, Spain, that includes 68 megawatt-hours of storage capacity. This is Europe's largest concentrated solar power plant to date, and it should cut the brewery's gas consumption by over 60%. New York State plans on making all school buses zero-emission by 2035 and just announced the first subsidy round of $100 million to make it happen. Incentive program requirements have been made public, with submissions to be accepted as of November 29th. A total of $500 million is expected to be eventually dedicated to the program. And finally, U.S. steelmaker Nucor is investing $35 million into fusion startup Helion Energy, a company that has already received $600 million since its inception in 2016. Although fusion has not yet been commercially proven out, far from it, Helion claims it will build a 500-megawatt plant at a Nucor electric arc furnace site by 2030. Here's hoping. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.